The biggest George cheating scandal theory was just refuted by young Sheldon. Hello everyone, my name is Alana. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And give this video a like. Young Sheldon episode recently disproved the most popular notion of George's infidelity scandal, while balancing other storylines. As the year draws to a close, some of the ongoing stories in the Big Bang Theory prequel, such as Missy's rebellious phase, are about to come to a close. With the current young Sheldon timetable indicating that the former's infidelity scandal will occur very soon, George and Mary's problematic marriage, which has lasted for a considerably longer time, is also coming to an end. In A Launch Party and a Whole Human Being, the encounters between Brenda Sparks and Pastor Rob with the Cooper parents brought George and Mary's separate potential relationships to a climax. The couple could still be at odds if it weren't for Missy's young Sheldon Season 6 runaway arc. They resolved to put aside their disagreements and concentrate on discipline in order to provide their daughter with the attention she needs. Thus, in what may have been the most surprising development, young Sheldon Season 6, Episode 17 managed to clarify the enigma surrounding George's mistress. Brenda has been suspected of being George's cheating partner ever since their notorious pub night in the young Sheldon Season 4 final. The fact that the two have been in constant communication over the past few years, even holding private meetings in the Sparks chicken coop, helps. Brenda matches Sheldon's physical description of the lady he saw his father having sex with in Season 10 of The Big Bang Theory, which lends more credence to the theory. Having said that, it is now very improbable that she will be the one George sleeps with after her fairly endearing exchange with Mary in young Sheldon's German folk song and an actual adult. Mary and Brenda got into a violent argument at work, their first encounter since the major hospital tragedy. But Mary was annoyed by Brenda's attempt to get in touch, which led to yet another dispute and the Cooper matriarch's resignation. Brenda continued to attempt to speak with Mary later that evening in an attempt to express regret and give her version of events. Mary chose to put their differences aside after being moved by the sincerity of the apology. Therefore, it's difficult to believe Brenda still has an affair with George in young Sheldon, unless she was lying during their entire sequence. Sheldon didn't go into great detail about his father's lover when he revealed George's infidelity story on The Big Bang Theory. The Cooper patriarch may be making out with other blondes in young Sheldon now that Brenda is no longer a viable candidate. For example, Paige's mother kind of fits the bill, and given Missy's adventurous road trip with Sheldon's fellow child prodigy, it's plausible that both unhappy parents have begun to open up to one another. However, given young Sheldon's disinterest in this plotline, it is more likely that George becomes involved with a random woman. Ever since The Big Bang Theory dropped that bombshell in Season 10, that George Cooper Sr. might have cheated on Mary, fans have been speculating, theorizing, and outright fighting over the legacy of Sheldon's dad. For years, George's cheating scandal has been a shadow hanging over young Sheldon, with everyone waiting for the moment it would finally unfold on screen. But guess what? The latest episode of Young Sheldon just flipped the narrative on its head, and it's nothing like what we expected. In The Big Bang Theory, adult Sheldon makes a cryptic comment about walking in on his father with another woman. That one line was all it took to ignite a fan theory that George was unfaithful, something young Sheldon has subtly teased but never confirmed. For years, we've been bracing for impact. Surely it was only a matter of time before the show revealed George's big betrayal, right? Wrong, so very wrong. In Season 7, Episode 10 of Young Sheldon, warning, spoilers ahead, George finds himself in yet another suspicious situation. He's alone at home, Mary's away, and a family friend pops over unexpectedly. Sounds shady, right? But instead of turning into the moment fans feared, the scene plays out with surprising honesty. George respectfully sets boundaries, makes it crystal clear he's committed to Mary, and even confides in a friend about how hard he's trying to be a better husband. Boom! Just like that, the cheating narrative crumbles. Rather than feeding into the scandal, the show took a bold step and made George kind of a hero, and fans can't stop talking about it. This episode could be a game changer for how we remember George. Yes, The Big Bang Theory gave us a darker image of Sheldon's father, an absent, emotionally distant man whose marriage was on the rocks. But young Sheldon has always painted a more nuanced portrait. Sure, George isn't perfect. He's made mistakes, lost his temper, and struggled with parenting. But cheating? That might not be part of the story after all. By showing George resisting temptation and choosing his family, young Sheldon is reframing a character fans thought they had figured out. He's not just the tragic figure we heard about, he's a flawed, but Twitter, or X, if we're being technical, exploded after the episode aired. The emotional whiplash is real, and some fans are wondering if the writers are pulling the ultimate twist before George's inevitable death, which is canonically supposed to happen when Sheldon is 14. Here's where things get really interesting. Based on what we saw, it's starting to look like the infamous "walked in on my dad with another woman" moment might have been a misunderstanding or completely non-sexual. Remember, Sheldon is extremely literal. What he perceived as cheating could have been something totally innocent or misinterpreted by a young mind. Young Sheldon might be setting the stage for that moment to happen in a way that doesn't involve infidelity at all. Maybe it's a misread hug. Maybe it's a vulnerable conversation taken out of context. Or maybe, just maybe, Sheldon remembered it wrong. Either way, the writers are clearly playing with expectations and fans. Whether you are Team George or not, there's no denying this episode changes the game. The cheating scandal that loomed over George Cooper Sr. for more than a decade just lost a ton of credibility. Instead of a villain, George is looking more like a misunderstood father who tried, really tried, to do right by his family. And with young Sheldon nearing its final episodes, it feels like the show is preparing us for the heartbreak to come. If they're going to redeem George now, it's probably because we're going to miss him very, very soon. Want a part 2? I can write a follow-up covering theories on how the show will handle George's death, or how Mary might evolve post-George. Let me know what you're feeling. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.